The most powerful argument he could make right now is basically saying the young people that back me, they don't back the Democratic Party.
Right.
They back me because of Medicare for All, Green New Deal in particular, right? Do you think that these Sunrise Movement kids who are out there organizing for me on the Green New Deal, you think they're going to vote for Joe Biden? You're insane.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The older voters, and this is where there is a real generational divide. Older voters, first, second, third, fourth, fifth issue is beating Trump. Period. End of story. That's what it's all about for them. Younger voters aren't like that.
No, I mean, the people
Younger
who watch
voters
the show
are not like that. And so if you want them to show up, you have to give them a candidate who backs their values. Otherwise, they're not coming to the polls and you're losing to Trump.
It's not just young voters. It's actual swing voters, people on the fence who didn't vote in 2016 or who are considering voting or who voted for Trump and are considering and who vote purely based on their working class interests. Well, those people aren't going to vote for the Democrats either. It's like, listen, I mean, the Democratic Party made a decision to go all in on this suburban vote. And that's great for winning House races, but it's not great for actually winning the presidency.
No.
And Sanders knows this better than anybody.
Right.
And yet, you hear nothing.
Yeah. No, they have to understand, and the suburban voters have to understand that without Sanders' people, that he has this movement behind him. And if you don't have that movement, you are going to lose to Donald Trump. That's the case that needs to be made loud and clear. If you do not win the electability argument, you will not win.
You'll lose.
You will lose. And so they have not yet really gone hard on that. The fundamental case, my people are my people. They're not just going to come over here and vote for you. And that's the case that needs to be made.
Doesn't talk about it. And that's actually part of the electability case, which is my people will not turn out for you.
They are not turning out for you.
Look at 1992 campaign with Ross Perot, right? I mean, HW didn't hold much of a grudge. He held less of a grudge against Ross Perot than Hillary does against Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
But Ross Perot actually did cost HW the election, but it was because HW was running on this, this tax cut message, and Perot came out there and was like, no. We've got on the right a bunch of people who are skeptical of free trade and are hardcore actual conservatives and nationalists in this country, and he took it away from him, almost 15, 20 or whatever percent of the vote. And that's the thing.
He might have won if he didn't do that whole drop out and get back in and that whole thing.
I mean, who knows? But I mean, the real thing is that Bernie is not playing with those stakes, and yet you still have people like Richard Goodstein in our show being like, oh, they went and voted for Jill Stein. Most of them ended up voting for Hillary. But they still are never going to give you credit. So at a certain point, weaponize your base. And what I mean by weaponize is Bernie doesn't understand power, it seems to me, which is that he doesn't understand how to leverage what he has created. Trump understood this viscerally, which is, I've got my people, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and they'd still be with him. It's true, because nobody else talks the way that he does, and it's very important that he continue to do
And it's a powerful thing, and you're absolutely right. They have not understood how to use that effectively.